Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
Brother.
I fly, bro. That is never stopping.
Truck goes to Dwayne.
Cool story, bro.
Footy pajamas.
Hey, genius, it's 2 p.m. Central.
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Riley.
Get him off big, Freddy. Get him off big.
Richard Mullican.
And as I put you down, my pants ripped.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio. I'm Richard Mullican, joined by my co-host. He's the 1983 Mr. Dixie Youth Grand Champion and best friend, Josh Brawley. Say hey, Josh.
Richard Lee, how you be today?
I'm pretty good, man. Episode 391, if you can believe it.
I don't believe you.
Well,
I'm going to look on my phone right
go
now.
ahead, do it.
391, you said?
391.
Well, you're fucking lucky, pal. The Kung Fu Community was episode 390, so I think we're safe.
Somehow we posted that.
How the fuck did you do that?
We posted an episode last week, apparently. Josh, do you want to tell everybody? You sent me a message last week, and you were like, hey, if I hadn't had a stroke, I would have swore we recorded this last night.
Let's see the real message there, buddy.
Yeah, you had sent me a message saying, hey, how did you do this? And you sent me a screenshot of our show on, I guess it was iTunes or wherever you listen.
I said
to
our
yours.
newest episode shows we posted 3 days ago. In my mind, it was last night. Did I receive a head injury recently? And you said, LOL, my time machine works. I love that. I love that response.
Yeah, dude, I don't know how you post-date a show. It's kind of like we wrote a check for the
I
show,
understand
but don't cash it on Friday.
in the future scheduling.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could say, well, I did this 3 days ago.
And then the machine's just like, yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah. Well, he ain't lying. He put this date in here.
Yeah, I mean, it is a kind of a foreign site we use for our RSS feed. So
Yeah, so it's technically tomorrow
Yeah.
anyways. Right?
Right. So
don't
maybe
matter.
maybe that's how it worked. Maybe we posted it like in that weird time
It
difference.
doesn't
thing.
make it go 3 days before.
It is leap year.
It's actually the day after, if you want to get technical.
It is Chinese holiday. We celebrate.
You're in the year of the lion now.
We fast forward calendars 1 year. And since you posted after 12, we post 2 years.
Oh, you're doing Russian now.
Yeah, I
I
think
thought
it's
we were from China.
No, I think it's a Russian site.
Oh, we don't have internet anymore. Since America cut it off.
I blame-
Remember that shit?
Yeah.
When after they invaded Ukraine, it was like, well, all right, guess what? You don't have internet, bitch.
No more Pornhub, motherfucker.
You don't got nothing on the internet. And they're like, well, we'll just keep our Russian intranet.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was animals that accidentally took down the internet and they're like, I blame moose and squirrel.
I blame the rhinoceros.
Well, I was going with a Rocky and Bullwinkle joke.
Oh,
I blame-
I was just figured would target endangered
Animals.
ones,
Animals.
endangered species. Fuck them.
I love how you didn't
They're
get-
already close to death, anyways. Let's get rid of the rest
you
of
didn't
them.
get I blame moose and squirrel. You know that thing, and you're like, I blame rhinoceros.
I know what you're doing.
You did that thing my mom does when she doesn't pick up on what we're
Hump
doing.
day.
When
Swing Karen.
she wants to be a part of it. I remember when I was studying for a test in college, like it was an art. I had to take art because you had to take some kind of humanity type thing.
Humanity.
Well, one of the questions was, the answer was humanities. That was the answer. So when Julie would help me study, she had a song that was, she's like, humanities, manatees. It's like a freaking like kid song that she would sing. It was a real song. And she was trying to help me. Well, I told my mom that, and she was just trying to be a part of it. And the question was, what is Celtic, like painting style? And it was an animal style. So I was like, I don't know. And she's like, Celtic animal style. She made her own jingle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not how this works. You can't make me memorize something by trying to teach me another song that you just made up.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the square root of 72? Well, Richard Lee is going to be. I don't know the fucking answer.
But you know what's funny? To this day, yeah, Celtic is Animal Style. I still remember that because it was so ridiculous.
Yeah. A lot of times, whenever, like, I'm just doing some quick math in my head or whatever, like, if I got to do multiplication, I don't, like, just do it in my head. My mind goes back to those records that my second grade teacher played with the times table. 3, 6, 9, 12. 15, 18, and they did it in a song form,
right?
To music and shit.
Oh yeah.
So like anything from like 2 to 9, it's in song form in my fucking head.
So I was a chorus kid because you had to choose band or chorus in middle school. Like they made
we
you.
had a name for them people.
Well, you had to take band, I'm sure, because that's what you wanted to do. But my mom was not going to let me go back up there.
I ain't buying the instrument.
Right.
How much is that?
Yeah.
Even if you rent it, fuck that.
You going to use your voice as your instrument.
The Lord gave you an instrument.
But for a lazy kid like me, that was awesome because I didn't have to go home and practice on anything. I just I never thought about it again. But what we would do during chorus is we would practice these damn songs over and over and over and over again. Well, we did a song called The 50 States That Rhyme. And it was basically talking about all 50 states. Well, later on in life,
This was in middle school?
Yes.
Why were you doing states then? You should already know all those.
Yeah, but we were just doing that was the song. It was to the Turkey and the Straw, the but
Turkey and the Straw.
It was
Turkey and the Straw.
But it was 1996, so it was 6th grade. We were doing, the 50 states that rhyme. I may have been in a remedial class.
Yeah. You gonna do colors next?
Orange and blue are the colors of the color wheel. Orange and blue. No, but we all did it.
He's just so happy. He's always smiling.
Look at him out there chasing them butterflies.
That's one thing I can say for what he lacks in sense. At least he's happy.
Oh, God, he's got one of them butterflies. He done ripped the wings off. Now he's crying. That poor damn little butterfly.
You got to duct tape that butterfly back together to make him stop screaming.
Yeah, we gonna send him on his way, and you took it to a fucking helium balloon.
He's going to air heaven.
He's flying away. Look at him, all duct taped and miserable and shit. But anyways, it was a lot longer before I realized that, because every day we'd come in, all right, today we're going to start with Alaska, go, and it'd be like, and it was.
Juneau was in Alaska.
So that was 96. In 2000, I want to say 4 or 5, I went to my girlfriend's house, who was later going to become my wife, and they were talking about, hey, did you know you can't list all the states? And I was like, I bet you your sweet ass I can. And I wrote them all out because I remembered the song. Because, you try to list all 50 states. It's hard. But after I listed them, I'm like, motherfucker, these are in alphabetical order. Like, I didn't realize that the song had them in Alabama and Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, and Connecticut, more Delaware, Florida, Georgia, and Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, still 35 to go. Like, and I still know them.
Illinois,
Indiana, Iowa, still 35 to go. And then I know prepositions because we had a preposition song. About, above, across, after, against, along, around, at, before, behind, below, beneath, beside, beyond, by, and down. These are prepositions. Oh, I'm sorry it ain't dare. And I can't just face it. You love dare.
Just face it, I love dare. Here's your book bag. At least I got something out of it.
You should. Well, I did
get
too.
a good nap out of
education. I got education.
Preposition. Let me preposize you something, bitch.
What's preposition, Josh? I rest my case. Put that in your back pipe.
I don't care.
Your back pipe. Damn it.
I didn't retain a lot of the English. Like
You don't say.
I know what a homonym. I know that term.
Hominy.
I couldn't tell you what a homonym.
Would you
is.
like more homonyms or hominy?
I know a noun is a person, place, or a thing.
You got it. What's
do
a
know-
verb?
Like an action.
There you go. Pronoun? You should know that.
I
It's
don't-
2025.
I don't know.
What's my pronoun?
Champ. Sport.
I guess you can make that a pronoun.
Boy.
But yeah, man, like I learned things. That was the
What about
thing.
an onomatopoeia?
Onomatopoeia? I can't tell you. There's so
Okay.
many things in there.
Don't you make fun of me then, motherfucker. Mr. Linguist over there.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought it was kind of cool that you could hang on to some of that stuff.
Alabama and Argentina.
I think band suits you better, Joshua. Go over and start banging on that drum.
Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum, bum.
I mean, that was right down your wheelhouse, wasn't it?
Yeah. I wasn't the fucking idiot that got a goddamn drumstick stuck in a drum, though, so I seen that.
What the fuck? Somebody got a drumstick stuck? What do you mean stuck in a drum?
In a snare drum,
Uh-huh.
there's these little holes, where the air shoots out.
Yeah.
Like out of the side or whatever. I watched this fucking moron try his damnedest and succeed to getting a drumstick through one of those holes and dropped into his snare drum. So anytime he fucking did anything after that, it was like he would go poof, but it would go poof. Poof. So like no matter what song he was playing, it was fucking your timing up because he had it's really
Who's throwing
annoying.
in their 3rd and 16th beats?
Miss Jones is fucking having a goddamn. I hear some extra shit. You're gonna play it again? No.
Meanwhile, you just hear Alabama and Alaska, Arkansas.
It's you.
California,
Next door.
Colorado, Connecticut, more. But y'all had to go home and practice that shit.
Yeah.
They'd ask us to do that. It's like, remember to go home and try to practice this song.
You get in your step in your door where you're not a liar. You go fa la 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 la.
No.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah, no, we just wouldn't do
I
it.
did for this.
Well,
You don't
We just
you like
realized
did that at church.
we realized that chorus wasn't a real
let me
wasn't
ask
a real
you
class
this.
that was going to hold us back.
Let me ask you this, because I started being looked at in this way after like 6th grade specifically, like by family members and like, people that my people knew and stuff. Because you know how back in the day, like anything new with you, I don't know about your grandma. She hated you, I think. But your people would like brag on you and be like, well, yeah, Joshua, he's in band now. He's
Let's
playing.
take him to the Mexican restaurant and let him talk Spanish.
Yeah, see, that's different. That's same thing.
Yeah.
Different deal.
Yeah.
And so like that, like my grandparents and my mom and dad and all of them, my aunt, they all think that I'm this goddamn musical scholar because I start learning notes and reading about music and having to perform in band class and stuff. So like, yeah, they quickly found out that I was not as inclined as they like made me up to
Why
believe.
was you learning notes? You played the snare drum.
Well, you got to learn like
Every note is E flat.
no. There's certain like
Beats.
ways you do it and shit, and it's illustrated in the music.
Right.
Well, like, yeah, they just totally thought I was this savant or something. And like, it didn't take long till they figured out, like after, I don't know, the second time somebody come over and like, play Mary Had a Little Lamb on your xylophone. And I would do it.
Play Mary Had a Little.
But it's like, what else do you know? I don't know another song.
I know Itsy Bitsy Little Star and the ABCs.
Yeah. But
Ain't that the same damn song?
did your grandparent or your mama, your mom, whoever, is it kind of like band where you're in a singing class now? So now it's like, oh, he's singing in school. We need to get him up in front of the church Sunday.
Oh, they were already doing that.
No shit.
Yeah, dude, I've been singing for a long time. That's why karaoke doesn't bother me. I love karaoke.
So they've been exploiting you.
Yes, my grandmother was like, "Let him go up there and sing." I was like,
Jesus loves you.
I was like 5 years old singing that in church. Yeah.
Loves little children. Well, never mind.
Yeah, no.
You were already exploited.
Yeah, no. My grandmother would have loved if I would have played an instrument, though.
I tell you
Oh.
what, he can play that damn trumpet.
She would excuse a lot of flaws if you could play an instrument.
Oh yeah, clearly. Some of your aunt's
We
choice
caught
of
him.
men.
We caught him red-handed with a pontoon boat. It wasn't his.
Well, he just got confused. That's all it was.
all his.
He doesn't own a boat. That's the difference.
Maybe that's your story. That's not my story.
Well, you don't know what he has and what he don't have. Leave me
He
alone.
owned a bass boat, but that was like in 1972. Maybe he just got confused.
It's a misunderstanding of what they said. I believe him.
He was just moving out of the way, because
yeah. He's afraid there's a leak in there. He's gonna fix it for him.
he thought it had wandered away, and he was trying to just hold on to it till somebody come back and got it.
He's trying to chase a game warden down. What he's doing, and he had a problem.
So they had a dog. I remember, and it wasn't like a puppy either. It
They?
was like we were just talking about.
Them?
Yeah, the one that might have stole the boat. They had a dog.
Well, there's no mites. He did.
Yeah.
He was convicted.
Right. So they had a dog that they had gotten, and he had brought it home one day, and it wasn't a puppy.
Gotten.
Well, hold on, it wasn't a puppy. And after the divorce,
I
hold
wanna
on, just
say a
wait. No,
punchline.
just wait.
I'm afraid it's going to be the
You're
same
gonna, yeah, it
punchline.
is. And after they had gotten divorced, well, the dog stayed, in the house with them for years. Like it was probably 2 years old when he acquired it, and his name was Lucky. Cute dog, little
How'd
Palmer.
they name it that?
Yes, they named it. They named it Lucky.
Well, he had a name.
and it was like maybe 6 years after the divorce where people were like, Mike mentioned it in the family. Was like, I think he might have stolen that dog.
See, my punchline was, who is Terry and Martha Baxter? How do you know that name, Wanda? Well, I know it because it's on his collar. If found, return to.
Right.
There's your phone number. I don't think Lucky's ours.
Right.
He goes crazy when he sees the neighbors, like he wants to go back with them or something.
It's like shutting the door every time they bark. Shh, we can't let them see you. But yeah, my grandmother would have loved it if I would have played an instrument. Like she bought me a guitar. Like I still have it. It's the one that's up here.
Oh, okay.
Like she bought me a guitar and arts
You learn
downstairs.
to play that so you can be sexy.
And I didn't learn to play it until after she passed. But yeah, she would have loved it. I remember you were talking about how you felt supported and stuff about things like with your family.
I felt supported.
Yeah, or you were supported.
I mean, I guess in so many words I said that without saying it, but yeah.
I remember there was one time where, I was going through those little teenage angst where, there was a little girl that I liked or something that, I didn't like, she didn't like me, or she's probably wanting to blow Mullins and like,
She doesn't know I exist really,
right.
but I like her.
We've talked every night for the past 6 months, but now I found out she likes Mullins, and that's the only reason why she's talked to me.
She might hear him on the phone at your house.
If I was an asshole, I was like, give me a handy and I'll tell you his number. But I just remember being sad one night, and I was listening to some like depressing music, like just sad songs.
Goddamn Depeche Mode.
And my grandmother's like, Richard, you got the blues in there?
Oh my God.
And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you're playing my sad music. You okay? And a normal kid would be like, well, no, there's this girl and everything. But in my head, I'm like, if I tell this woman anything, it will be used against me later.
Yeah.
That's why she don't love you, because you don't know how to clean up your room.
You listen to all them girly ass songs. Maybe be listening to Garth Brooks or something.
Actually, one of them was a Garth Brooks
Oh
song.
my God. Maybe listening to Aaron Tippins, what you need to listen to. Travis Tritt.
But yeah, I just remember I was like, if I tell her anything, it will come up later.
Oh, yeah.
She was bad about like.
I'd like to say that I want to pray for Richard Lee this week. He's been having some girl trouble. And I just want everybody in the church to join me in prayer for Richard Lee.
That would be the innocent part. Like her doing. No, she would use it in a fight later. Like she would take anything that you had as a weakness.
That's why them little girls don't like you.
Right.
You're going to be with a man.
Right.
You're going to be slapping some booties.
So it's like I didn't feel like I should tell her anything. I was just like, no, I'm just liking the songs.
Why do y'all got to make everything out to be what it more than it is?
But I'm like, she's right on this one. But I can't be like, well, Cindy don't love me, so I was like, well, that's all right. And then later on, we'd be like in like a dispute about, come fix me a drink. I don't want to fix you a drink. So this is why you can't get Cindy, because you don't make anybody drink. Shit like that. Like, and you're like, oh.
And nobody can't lean on you for support, because you all back yourself.
Yeah, and then she'd probably make a little song. Cindy's never coming to you. Cindy's never coming to you. You might as well just get an internet girlfriend. Yeah, she was bad about. I told you about like sometimes when I would act up.
Christmas time to come
in.
I still say that sometimes.
Christmas time's coming. It won't be very long.
And just the whole time she's singing it, you're squealing it. Yeah, no.
Yeah, like better like. Oh, yep. I'd be like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go to church again for the 14th time today.
I want to watch sitcoms.
Yeah. Christmas time coming. Yeah. Yeah. So she wasn't above making up a song to
torture
wreck your life.
I love
Cindy's fucking Billy. Cindy's fucking Billy. Cindy's fucking Billy. She never touched your dick. I'm gonna go in my room and listen to some sad Garth Brooks music. On a prayer.
Savage Garden or some shit.
I wanna stand with you on the mountain.
And then the Garth Brooks, the dance comes on and you fucking blow your brains out.
She busts the door open. Oh, good Lord, it's just you. I thought you had some girl in here playing all that pussy music.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. But yeah, she was definitely different. You definitely didn't want to tell her something that you were vulnerable about, because she would bank that.
I'm glad you opened up to me.
Let me get this notepad out. Is that Cindy with an I or a Y? I like to be accurate with this stuff.
Well, there's no confusion.
Yeah, like at some point she's gonna have to spell the name out in an insult song, and she don't want to spell it wrong.
I think it's funny though. Like we've talked about it before, but I'm sitting here thinking, it's like, on one hand they like wanted you to be a man and do manly shit and like just do the right, have girlfriends and stuff, but like be a certain way. And they want it, but they want you to be manly and all this stuff. And then, like, the one time you bring this straight up woman home, like that chick that seemed like she was way older than what she was, came over with Bethany that time.
Oh, yeah.
You bring home a legit woman, and they're like, I don't think you should be with her. She's too fast for you, Richard Lee.
My mom.
You'll be a truck driver before the week's out.
My mom did not give me. So, like, all right, so there was this girl that your girlfriend or fiance, whatever she was at the time, there was this girl that she was friends with her. And I thought, that if I was closer to her, that me and you could hang out more because we're dating friends,
Don't twist this like it is. You saw a blonde-haired, tanned, big titty girl.
That was where I was going next.
Who was almost all woman.
That's where I was going next. I was like, what, maybe 15 at the time?
Yes.
14, 15. I was just
about 15.
Yeah. Because that was one of the things. She was like, I can't date you. You're too young.
Yeah. I think this chick was maybe oh God, how old was she? Maybe like 18 or 19.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean, she could
essentially,
vote.
I brought a grown woman to your house
Well,
to try to groom you.
yeah. You reversed Chris
I
Hansen
did. Sorry,
But
I was a child at the time.
Yeah.
too,
I mean, we were both like, "Oh, you should try to date her," you know.
Yeah.
Because it's like you said, it was a.
huge tits, tan,
If you know me, it was my type.
blonde.
A blonde chick with big boobs.
She looked. I mean, she was very pretty.
I remember that was the only time. It was like I had an action figure, and it was like that you didn't have, and that was the only time I felt like Josh might be envious of me a little
Dude,
bit.
I would have been. Whoa! Look at that chick.
But I remember I tried, and I would come up to like, you know, I would walk the 6 blocks down to your girlfriend's house because that's where you would be, and she'd be there, and we'd hang out all day and hang out and talk and everything. And I was trying my best, and I remember what killed it dead in the water was your girlfriend's cousin was having a baby, which is already strike one. If you know my family,
Trying to think, who was it?
starts with a C.
Oh,
we'll talk later.
Oh, yeah.
And for whatever reason, she couldn't find your girlfriend or you, so she comes to my house.
Oh, wow.
Yes. At the wrong time, though, because now my grandmother's there, my mom is there, and I'm there. And I'm like, you know, because I know, because she wasn't the smartest. She wasn't the smartest girl.
Oh, Ditzy Blind.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah. So now she comes over talking about teenage pregnancy. And like, have you heard that they had their baby? I can't find Josh. And my grandmother's like, why don't you get her something to drink? So I go and make her a drink, you know, bring it to her. And I'm like doing the homina, because like, this is, like you said, a grown woman in my living room.
Well, I mean, we're using that term grown woman.
She looked every bit of.
She was probably, like I say, 18 to 19.
Yeah.
But she looked every bit of fucking 28 years old,
Yeah.
body-wise.
Because I was like 14, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
she
15.
She was very advanced.
I wish I could remember the year.
It was 1999.
Okay, so 99. So I was 15 at the time. So I was just barely in high school.
Yeah.
So imagine your high school son. I mean, for a guy, you'd be like, "Damn, son." Yeah.
Damn, boy.
If your freshman son like had a girl come over that drove there, from her job, got out with what could have been cigarette smoke smell, talking about teenage pregnancy.
God, she looked just like a stripper, dude. Yeah. She did. Like, she dressed that way too. So yeah, I could imagine her getting out, coming in your house, just her, looking for you.
Yeah.
Glenn, I don't think this is gonna work out.
Well, my grandmother was like, "Well, let's figure something out." So I made her a drink, right? And I can't remember what happened, and she was like, "Well, I guess I'm gonna go," and I could feel the tension, like, because my mom's like, "You are not talking to this girl." Like this woman, she is too, like, she was like,
too advanced for you, buddy.
You could feel it. You know what I mean? You could feel it. Like,
she'd had some miles on her already.
Yeah. like I hadn't had the sex talk with this portly bastard yet, even though he's in the 9th grade, and I don't want to.
He'll have her milk up with twins before you know it.
Right. So my mom, like, it felt like she was trying to put the kibosh on it even before it began, and then. So the girl leaves, and my grandmother goes, "She still got my glass."
She walked out with a real glass,
holding it. So she made me go out there and be like, "Hey."
Not only will I never see you again, give me back my fucking glass, bitch.
You think that would have been like some kind of big time important like glass, like it was like a Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant glass? It was not.
It was an old mason jar.
It was like an old plastic tumbler.
That bitch still got my glass.
She still got my glass. So I was like, hey, and she's like, huh? I was like, the cup. She's like, oh. And she hands me the cup. Bitch, I see us come and take our glasses.
We gave a cup to everybody. We wouldn't have shit.
So I grabbed the cup. She drives off. Bye. I walk back in the house, and Mom read me the riot act.
Oh, my God.
She was like, "You're not seeing that girl again. I don't care." Like, she didn't really tell me who I couldn't date and stuff like that back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of said, but that one, she was like, "No."
All I heard was Motley Crue music when that girl got out of that car. That ain't going to work.
She was just like, "No." In retrospect, it probably was a good
Oh,
idea.
you dodged the fucking bazooka, son. Bazooka.
It probably was a good idea because I wouldn't turning that down, if it was like
Man.
offered to me.
She'd
You
have-
put it on a plate where you don't have to try.
Yeah. She would have made your life miserable. Real bad.
I mean, I'd probably wouldn't have this podcast now.
Oh, no. You'd live in a trailer
I
somewhere.
wouldn't be happy. I'm happy
You'd
now.
have like a bunch of kids. They'd be all like dim.
Yeah.
It'd be like half intelligent. And you'd be like, well, I'm over here in Eastport right now. It ain't where I wanted to be, but hell,
It's what I can afford.
it'll work.
We,
And then she'd be as big as the goddamn house you lived in, because she is now.
oh, really?
She was.
Oh,
I think she got that way, and then maybe she got that way.
she lost weight.
I think so. Because every now and again,
You
dude.
point one finger at a dim kid. You got
Yeah.
3 pointing back at you.
I did. Yeah, the person talking isn't usually as intelligent as what's going on in my head. If that makes sense. But seriously, dude, like you would totally not
Oh, life would
be anywhere in this position.
No, I did. I feel like I did it right. I found a girl. We took it slow.
That was a Camaro. What you had there?
What I ended up with was happiness. What I could have had was, like we were talking about on the last podcast,
A penis.
wrecked out a mile down the road.
Yeah. You'd be like Troy Graham finding a goddamn OxyContin prescription in somebody's cabinet.
Dude,
It'd be hard and fast, but it would be quick, man.
That was the
Wouldn't take
funniest.
long.
That was the funniest thing I've heard you say. We were talking about him raiding somebody's house for morphine.
Yeah.
It's like we think it was him because we found him wrecked out a mile down the road. And
Needle in his arm.
and we likened it to when you stop by Taco Bell and you grab that burrito out of the bag and eat it on the way home.
He just couldn't wait. Oh man, I've been waiting on a score like this forever. They didn't have a lock on their pantry or nothing.
When I get here to stop sign, I'm gonna put it in my arm.
Oh man.
Oh man, but yeah, I feel like you look at things sometimes and you go, man, how different would my life be if I would have taken that left turn?
Mm-hmm.
Like if my mom wouldn't have been there. And let's paint her in the right picture too. The girl who I don't even remember her name. I just like
Amanda.
Okay, that girl, she was trying to do the right thing too because she was staying away from me. I was pursuing until my mom was like, "I will fucking kill you."
Yeah. Well, you were innocent,
and you know what?
She was the direct opposite of innocent.
She didn't come around anymore after that, and then I was kind of like, "Hey, you don't go up there for a while." Like mom wouldn't let me come up to see you at your girlfriend's house
To
because
distance it.
Yeah. So it was like that was pretty much the last time I saw her, and I think she got the hint too because it was very uncomfortable in that living room.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, and it was almost like a Chris Hansen sit down, like.
So you're here to see my son?
Right. Like there was some questions that were I can't remember.
So where do you see this going?
My grandmother didn't care. She looked at it like, "Hey, find out somebody."
It's like a woman version of Handsome Jimmy. Look at her.
But my grandmother was like, "Thank God, I was thinking he was going to bang that Briley boy next door." Then they got a show. It's like a weird. That Mullins kid next door and Briley, they won't have sleepovers all the time.
Yeah, you're going to be in there watching them men roll around on a mat.
But yeah, so my grandmother was all for it, but my mom, she was not having it.
You ain't taking my baby.
Yeah.
My baby. You a woman.
And you'll get away with it too because you're good looking.
Yeah, they won't do shit to you. Did I ever tell you? I'm pretty sure I told you years ago, but for the new listeners, so this girl that we're talking about, did I tell you what happened? Probably, I don't know. From that point we're talking about in History 99, this was probably 2004, 2005. She came back up in the subject.
Really?
And
yeah, you told me.
From the guy at work, he was like...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about your girlfriend, like, sat around asking you, would you...
Oh, no. You mean you like big titty blondes? I can't believe that you say that. Like, no, but seriously, so this was probably 2004 or 5. The guy that I'm working with, doing plumbing at the time, his wife, her father, no, this is his wife's grandfather. So he's still alive. And, he comes to work one day and he's like, do you know Amanda? Her last, and it says her last name.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Well, she's like, I think she made a mistake. She sent these pictures to my wife's grandfather. And it's like very horrible. But this was like back before camera phones and shit.
Right.
So she sent him like very
Polaroids?
graphic pictures of her like bent over and shit. And, like just everything hanging out.
Right.
And at the time, she was about the size of the Mario wrestler. So I guess she got off drugs. And
I have a new drug. It's called meatball subs.
Old Jared from Subway really got me wanting Subway all the time.
You don't have. You're supposed to be walking there and getting the low carb version.
Dude, she was getting the boss meat, son. Like,
put some more meatballs on there for me.
Can you put some chocolate syrup on it? I don't know why. I have a powerful lust for chocolate syrup on that sandwich.
They show her what would you like? Okay.
And she just does this. Yeah, finger over it all.
Like the old the disco dance where you start on the left with your finger and you go to the right.
I want it all.
Put it all on there.
And if you got to leave the sandwich open face, that's fine. I'll eat it with a fork.
We're going to make a sandwich pizza right now.
Yeah, dude. She fucking ballooned.
Wow.
Like Mario.
I mean, here's the funny part, because it has been 20-something years ago, and she was really only a part of my life for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I couldn't draw her if I had to. If you showed me a picture and of any random blonde chick with big boobs, I'd be like, probably.
Yeah. Well, she had like a Jessica Rabbit body type going on. Yeah. Huge ass, huge tits, little waist.
Yeah.
Really, really, really blonde hair. Really, 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 really tan.
Yeah. I remember one time, I do remember this, I came over and she was just getting out of the shower and she was walking around with a towel on.
I know, dude. She do shit like that all the time.
Which, like I said, according to my mom, she really did the right thing there. My mom did the right thing.
She did. She did, buddy. Man. But yeah.
She avoided so many life-altering decisions for me.
It'd be like you marrying one of your stepbrothers. That type of behavior.
With big
wow.
kids. Yeah.
Wow.
I'd probably be dead, let's be honest.
Yeah.
She would have killed me.
If it wouldn't be for the submarine sandwiches y'all eating all the time,
right.
She'd have killed you with an ice pick.
Right. I stabbed him because those damn sandwiches weren't giving him a heart attack fast enough.
He talked shit about my chocolate gravy.
I'm trying to get with Lloyd over there in the retirement home.
Dude, I think that was the
plan.
The plan.
She was trying to be a sugar baby,
I guess.
After she'd had about 30,000 sugar babies.
Damn, yeah. Really weird, really weird.
Oh man. Well, something that isn't weird, Josh.
Or is it?
It's all the great deals down at tinyurl.com/P3Radio.
They are weird, Richard Lee.
And if you go there right now, Josh, what are they going to find?
They're going to find so many t-shirts, Richard Lee, but, it is weird. it's fucking weird because they're going to be like, this is weird. I want all of these motherfuckers. How am I going to make this decision? Well, people do it just like that bitch we were just talking about. Put that finger to the left and go over the right. That's how many shirts you want. Every motherfucker on that computer screen, phone screen, whatever kind of screen you're viewing the
Tablet,
t-shirts
iPad.
from. Yeah. What shirts? What type of shirts? We got that ECW-like shirt, that former cover art shirt with our faces on front. Ray J soda can. Dwayne's still gonna get that truck. So many more t-shirts. tinyurl.com/P3Radio T's. That's T-E-E-S, bitch. That's your t-shirt hookup.
tinyurl.com/P3Radio T is the home of P3 Radio merchandise.
Now walk it out. 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 West side walk it out. South side walk it out. East side walk it out. North side walk it out. Now 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 walk it out.
20-year-old rap song.
It's not that old, is it?
Oh, definitely. Well, it's from 2006, I think. Or 2005. So yeah, about 20 years.
Oh, wow. We were playing this because DJ Unk passed away yesterday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
2 days ago.
I didn't know who sung this song.
DJ Unk.
You're new to this part of town. Your white tee will to me look like a nightgown.
Well,
I
that's
don't remember
Andre
this part.
3000.
Yeah, this is a remix.
Then you look like the man that you are, or
But
what
yeah,
you could be.
I think he was the one that did the Walk It Out part. This is a remix, though. It all sounded the same, though. The boom, 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 boom.
You can't be the king in the parking lot forever.
This is actually pretty good, though.
Yeah, I remember this song.
I am here, no fear. Write me a letter. Till then, I walk it out. 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 I west side walk it out. I west side walk it out. I west side walk it out. Then east side walk it out.
I walk it out the bank with a lot of zeros.
I did this with a fart a lot of times. I walked it out.
You got to.
Yeah. I just thought that would be a touching tribute.
Well, rest in peace, DJ Unk. I didn't know you were alive, but
Jesus,
I'm just playing. Yeah, that sucks, man, when anybody passes. But yeah, I didn't know this DJ Unk was a thing. I remember the song. I didn't know who sung it.
I was working at a middle school when that came out. Like, it was, people were
You
all
really
about,
knew how to get those kids in.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Let
It wasn't
me
like
play
a
you
church.
the newest.
It wasn't like a church that didn't have a choice. They had to come to the middle school. It's a public school.
You're like, how can I relate to these little bastards? Oh, hey, what type of music do you like? How about that Walk It Out?
I DJ'd a couple dances my first couple years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had. Well, you know as well as I do, I keep a lot of this musical equipment here. Like, I've got an amp under here, like speakers that we never use and stuff like that. So I had all the equipment back then. So I just did it, made an extra $100, But I had to get all this music, and that was one of them. Walk it out.
Walk it out.
You boom, boom. They just really, those teenagers just wanted 3 songs, and that's what I had. So
yes,
it is what it is. But yeah, DJ Unk passed away.
UNC.
Yep. But yeah, man, it's been a crazy week so far.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk. Couldn't walk half the week.
Don't you quit being a pussy?
I had a comedy show last night.
Just walk. Yeah. Walk it out.
That's why. That's why I played it. I couldn't walk. Like, I don't know what I did, but like black time boxing, having to climb those damn steps that are rickety.
You should sue them.
Yeah, I'm gonna sue your
I
charity
think you got a
organization.
suit on your hands. They made enough damn money at that time. They don't. All them kids don't need all that money. You need some of that money for your back.
It wasn't my back. It was
and
my
your knee.
It was my knee.
Well, they need to pay for your back.
I wear, wearing dress shoes and everything. They don't have a lot of support in them.
And it's like the USWA floor. Slide.
Yeah. So the stairs kind of have a little wobble to them. So, and they're not like regular stairs. They're kind of more steep.
Attic stairs.
So, and there's 18 matches. So 18 times you're going up, and then 18 times you're going down. And for whatever reason, it pissed my right knee off for like a week. So I was like, well, no gym for me this week. I guess I'll stay at home. So I stayed at home, and I thought it was getting better. And then when I went out Saturday last week, like it just swelled up on me. It popped. I was like, oh God. And all week this week, I have been like, I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm supposed to host a comedy show this weekend.
Roll your fucking ass up there on stage in a wheelchair, a little chair roller.
Hey guys, I'm sitting down for stand up. but yeah, that was what happened. I had a bad knee, and then for whatever reason, like Friday afternoon, it just felt better. I could do stairs again. Like I was having to go down one leg at a time on the stairs. So
that sucks.
So I could do both stairs last night, and thank God because our show was like in this basement area. So it was like 20 something stairs to get down to it. So
I'm sure originally you was like, are they just trying to get us down here to kill us?
That's actually the joke I made. Like I opened the show and I'm like, we're glad to have you here. It's pretty weird how we could easily talk y'all down into a basement and get you to pay for it. That's great. But no, dude, it went really well. Like the whole show went really well. So,
that's good.
So hopefully doing more. Got some stuff on the horizon we may be doing. So I had to talk you into coming to some of this stuff.
I might have to compromise my own time. I'm not good with that.
You don't have to stay the whole time. You can just come hang out for a little while. Eventually, I'm going to get us doing something in front of a crowd because I think we're fun together, and I think we could do stuff like that. But
yeah, that would be fun, especially if it really made sense.
Yeah, we can figure it out. But yeah, man, we've got time now for some tabs.
Not too much time.
No, not too much time.
Pick a tab. Just scroll to the left and start from the top, or just start from the right.
All right, I'm sorry. Well, let's do this one because I remember this one now because I thought this is ridiculous.
Some tattoos.
Spirit Airlines bans some tattoos and clothes on flights.
So no praying hands with rest in peace, insert family name, no baggy jeans, no Jordan footwear.
I think we got a video here we could go to. Wait, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want a commercial.
Commercial. So have I got anywhere close to the new bands?
No. Kind of, no.
That's usually how the clubs do it.
Yeah, no backwards hats.
Yeah.
There we go.
No dangly chains.
Right. Are they going to... Are they just having...
They're just going to show pictures of people who can't ride anymore.
So the video we're showing is just showing a Spirit airline... Damn it. All right. The budget carrier has released an update to its contract of carriage, which guests agree...
Contract of carriage. I love it.
Which guests agree to upon making reservations with the airline. The update specifically addresses lewd clothing and tattoos that will no longer be allowed on board. Spirit gives specific examples as see-through clothing and exposed private parts. So until this week, you could get on with like a mesh pair of pants.
Oh, wow.
With your dick and balls just bouncing around. Huh. Spirit also says passengers wearing obscene, offensive, or revealing clothing or body art may be denied boarding or removed from the flights.
So there's a guy that has a tattoo on his chest. And I think it's pretty funny. But
I've seen it.
Are you talking about the boob?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be outlawed.
Yes.
It's lewd.
Yeah.
So he's not riding.
Describe the tattoo because it is hilarious.
Well, it's a guy and he's got a woman on his chest, and the woman has a dress on, and her left breast is exposed, and the man used his nipple as the woman's nipple.
It's the weirdest thing that's turned you on this week, huh?
It's pretty cool. A dude's boob turned me on. I didn't know how to...
I'm isolating that shit.
I had to jerk off and cry at the same time.
What would my father think?
Why am I nutting?
He's trying to like isolate the picture to get his big hairy face out of it.
Yeah. I just want to jack off to that cartoon.
If I could go back and if I wasn't lazy, I'd go back and grab so many of these clips.
Yeah,
I noticed that dude's boob.
I'm so attracted to that dude's boob.
Oh damn! We might have some new clips on here next week.
Yeah,
we might have some new shit on this show next week.
Oh, that's good. Those that we use are like 4 years old.
Hey, brother, this is Bill Dundee.
I forgot where I am. I love you, Bill. I know you're not listening.
Yeah, he ain't listening to this.
Oh, just putting this out in the ethos.
You imagine if they just wheeled him into a room and played this for him all the time?
Good God, can I go ahead and die? Oh, it's like a Morian in hell.
I love how they said that, they'd be kicked off flights. What if they don't realize
In the air.
Yeah, what if they don't realize the person's got a lewd tattoo?
Hey,
sir, we noticed your naked woman tattoo. We're gonna have to ask you off this flight. We're already in midair.
We're over the Pacific. Well, goodbye, bitch. Hope you swim. You should have wore something other than that damn see-through bra.
The new policy comes after 2 women were kicked off a Spirit flight for wearing crop tops. How short were these fucking crop tops is what I'm wondering.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just thought that was funny. I was like, they until this week, you could have gotten on with your dick and balls showing, and they've
I've got pants on. They're
like,
see-through.
Fuck, we don't have a policy for it.
Yeah. Let me see the handbook, motherfucker.
Welcome to Spirit. Good Lord, I don't think I'd showcase that. It's so small.
It ain't about that. It's about being free.
Don't look like you've shaved your pubes in forever. Almost looks like a baby
Who am
bird.
I shaving them for? Who?
Almost looks like a baby bird in a nest.
That's like some dudes, they're not banging anybody. What are you shaving it for? Why? For yourself? For the mirror?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes those hairs get so long they get longer than your dick, and you're like, "Fuck my life."
I gotta shave them to not want to kill myself.
When the hair gets longer than the dick. And what's sad, it's only been 2 weeks since I've shaved it. Oh man,
your wife really loves you. You know it. That's real love right there.
You ain't bringing nothing.
It ain't for nothing else.
How's your tongue game? Motherfucker ain't got half a tongue. You're like, I don't know what she sees in you.
Oh.
Good old nubby fingers.
Oh, I see what it is. That bulge back pocket. That's what
right.
it is.
That's where the bulge matters. She's fucking that pool boy. Oh man, I saw a funny text this week. It was like a fake text, but it was like a guy and a girl talking, and the girl was like, "Are you gonna ditch that woman? Are you still gonna fuck around with her still?" And he was like, "Bitch, she got money, okay? And even though you the best pussy I've ever had, she got money." And she's like, "Okay, is that what we're doing?" And he's like, "Let me break it down like this: you broke, I'm broke. We need this bitch."
Oh man,
I thought that was funny.
I don't know that I've ever been in a position. I mean, I have been in a position to where I'm with this girl, and she knows that technically I'm with this other girl, right?
Yeah.
But she doesn't care right then. And it's like, well, we're just messing around, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's like a lot of that time, and I'm sure it's like this with other people, you don't really just like say it. Yeah. But you're doing it, and we're just doing this because maybe this won't work out.
Yeah.
Or whatever, but it's not like you're pointing, all right, well, we're doing this because of this. And right. It's just like, well, I won't talk about her around you.
Right.
It's about what it is.
So when I first started talking to my now wife, I was honest with her. I was like, I am talking to this other girl, because we weren't dating, me and her. And now knowing what I know, my wife took that as like, okay, well, I'm going to have to kill this bitch eventually. If I don't win this,
yeah.
She's just going to have to die. Because she did. She was like, she wasn't like vindictive, but she was definitely like, I'm gonna win. Like she would call, she would talk,
Mm-hmm.
She played the I'm gonna give him advice card, and she didn't give me bad advice either. You know what I mean? It was like, so yeah, I mean, but she Yeah, she brings that up a lot.
Damn, that's a long time ago.
She brings it up still. Sometimes she'll be talking to my daughter and telling her the story of how we met and stuff. And she's like, and he liked my friend too for a little while.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But she does it as a tongue in cheek, like,
Yeah,
it's not like,
you gotta own it.
yeah.
That was back when my dick didn't have no lock on it.
Talking to my daughter like that. I was thinking with my dick, daughter.
Hey, I'm a man. I'm a guy.
Yeah. You'll learn about us.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
What's this, Josh? You brought this to the show.
That's a damn mess. Is what that is. It's security camera footage.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm not. Oh damn. I'm not really for the invasion of privacy and stuff like that, but thank God that we got this shit for stuff like this. And these people are outside when this motherfucker does this. This is a mailman, and the video starts, he has made a wrong turn.
Oh.
And it looks like he's...
So he's a sub for the route, probably. This ain't his normal route.
He doesn't act like he's drove a mail truck very much.
So he's probably somebody that works in sorting the mail. And
probably.
Like, we need somebody to deliver it today.
Billy, old Greg's route?
Yeah.
Well, you going to learn it today.
My license is suspended.
So, yeah, he acts like it too.
Ain't nobody going to pull over a mail truck. Shit.
And they probably won't.
No. I mean, those things only go like 30 miles per hour.
Right.
I mean, have you ever seen a police car behind a mail truck?
Ever.
So you could honestly not have a valid license and drive a mail truck.
No.
No one would know unless you're drunk and you're swerving all over the place.
Still, it's like, well, I thought there's a mailbox over there, so I swerved.
Right. I have my flashing lights on. Get off me, couch.
Let me guess, I'm in the wrong seat driving, huh? Okay, yeah. But yeah, dude, the video starts, some bitch is hanging halfway out of the truck.
Yeah. It looks like a kid doing like stunts with his friends. Oh no.
I wish there was a way to rewind these reels.
Yeah.
Because I think we missed just a tiny part of it. But like, put the sound off and let it play back just a little bit.
Play back through. He looks injured.
He has to be injured. But let's not call the match until we start over. So,
how long do we have here?
it's not long.
Okay.
Because he's almost done.
With his job, or that's a fucked up mail truck.
Okay, you can start it now.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, here we go.
it's fixing to
All right. Did you hear that kid say, "Be careful"?
Careful.
Okay.
So he's trying to make
Okay.
a quick curve.
So
It's like
they have like these
a
like
median.
a small median, but it's not like a long elongated median. It's like maybe 2 foot by 3 foot. Like it's a small like patch of like road separator.
But this motherfucker is turning the corner like he's Mario Andretti and shit. Super fast. And he runs up on the curb and he bounces him out of the middle.
It just falls out of the mail truck, and the mail truck keeps going.
Oh my God. And it does not just keep going into the road, it goes into these people recording's yard.
And here's the thing. He's on the wrong side of the truck because isn't he supposed to be on the other side?
Yes, it bounced him out that far. Oh God.
Yes, it bounced. This would be like if you were in your car and you floored it and took a left turn and you fell out the passenger side door.
Dude, it was rocking it like he was falling down a hill. That was a big ass curve.
And let's be honest, those mail trucks are just glorified golf carts.
Yeah, they're really low to the ground.
With a 4-cylinder engine in it, apparently. But yeah, so he falls out onto the asphalt.
In front of these people.
And I love how it jarred him out so quickly. He's still in a seated position like he's sitting in the fucking van. Like he was sitting in the van and all of a sudden he's on the road and he still has his legs and knees bent like he's sitting in the seat of the mail truck.
Oh my God.
So the truck comes out, it drives across into somebody else's yard. He gets up and he looks very injured. He's holding his stomach.
That woman says, "Call 911." He says, "I'm good."
I'm good.
No, you're not.
You took out the Anderson shrubs.
And he's steady, just walking to the mail truck. So he may be something going on with him because he does not want anybody to know this happened.
The only thing he's delivering today is disappointment and failure.
Does this mean my package ain't gonna get delivered?
I love how what he does too. Like he leaves the scene of this accident.
Yeah, straight up. I ain't got time for this shit.
So now all the nosy Karens in the neighborhood that you can tell this is all right. So Dave Chappelle has a joke where he says you can always tell what a good city, like a good town is. If you're in a good part of town, the women are at home while the men are at work. He's like, and if you're in a bad part of town, the men are at home in the middle of the day. He's like, and they're lifting weights on the front lawn. That might have been Chris Rock, but it was one of the two. They were talking about that. Well, this is a good neighborhood because the women are home, and not only they are home in the morning when the mail runs, they're walking out here, Josh. They got on the wrong side of the street. You can already hear them.
You're going to be through.
Oh, yeah. They're threatening his job and everything. They're trying to stop him. And he did. That noise you heard was the mail truck trying to skid out of there. So he takes the turn, leaves the scene of the... You hear a kid yell, "Be careful."
God. And
he drives off. He doesn't deliver one more piece of mail.
No.
And then we get a replay of him falling out of the truck.
Oh my God.
That's great. That's a great video, Josh. You brought that one too, didn't you?
You're right.
What is this? Did we do this one?
It's something similar, but it's just...
Oh, well, we'll do something. We'll do something that's not similar. What is this? Guy, your tab crashed. I don't know what this is.
What's wrong? Pick something else.
Oh, we never talked about this last week. You know, we talk about, like, all the time how if you're good looking and you're a teacher... If you're a female, good-looking female teacher, the way you can test to see how good-looking you are is to have an inappropriate relationship with a kid and see how much time they give you.
Yeah.
If you're good-looking enough, you get no time. If you're kind of got a good body but a bad face, you'll get community service and probation and all that shit, and you might get a year in jail. Mm-hmm. If you're ugly, it's like House of Horrors. They will do Nancy Grace specials.
32 years. No contact with your own baby ever.
Right. Right. So this story comes out of, I think it's West Virginia. And this is from last week. Former Bridgeport teacher who had sexual relationship with students sentenced to no jail time.
She's a looker, Richard Lee.
Yeah. She's not a bad looking lady. Especially for West Virginia.
Yeah.
West Virginia has some mountain people in it, man. It's they have a commercial right now for Allstate where they go to West Virginia and they have the fans have painted West Virginia on their stomachs and stuff, but they're not in the right spot, so it says Stew, Virginia.
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate. A former Bridgeport high school teacher who admitted to having a sexual relationship with one of her students. So they had her dead to rights. She admitted it, Josh.
I did it.
Was sentenced for her crimes on Monday, but did not receive jail time. She's been through enough. Courtney Rankin pleaded guilty back in October, admitted to having intercourse with her 17-year-old student at her apartment in Whitehall when she was 33.
Oh my God.
Like almost double his age.
Yeah.
That's crazy. During her sentencing on Monday, letters from 14 character witnesses to support Rankin were presented.
God damn it, that's the thing too. It's not just the jail that helps you out. How many if it came out, Richard Lee, that last week it was found out that you were in a relationship with a 17-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Okay? And you're going to be going to court.
Yeah.
Man, I got to get some character witnesses going.
Right.
Who is going to step up to the plate for you?
Yeah, like
nobody.
People come up, he never fucked a kid when he's around me.
Nobody would step up to the plate because they don't want to touch you with a 10-foot pole. This good-looking bitch had fucking 14 character
probably
witnesses.
14 students she's fucked. Y'all, Miss Rankin is a nice woman. Y'all need to leave her alone. But yeah, that was the thing, dude. It's like 14 character witnesses in this whole thing. And I mean,
even after Ken Wayne served all his time and everything, he would not have 14 people come out and support him now.
No.
After all this shit. Like, I guarantee you.
Look at Duke Lacrosse. They wouldn't have people support him now, even though it came out that it was all a lie. Here's the thing about it, though. And I get a 17-year-old boy. It's like, well, hell, he's only a year away. Yeah, he's still a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, now imagine it's a girl.
Now imagine she's a pretty blonde-headed girl.
And she's white.
I should have done that girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, there's a double standard there because they're like, well, the guys are going to be the aggressor. Yeah. But he's a teenager. You're in your 30s. You've already went through all your wild 20s, and you're still fucking kids in your 30s. Yeah. I could see if she was 23 or something. You know what I mean? 22.
Still, yeah. I understand that gap to a point.
Yeah.
Like, but even at 22, dude, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah. But I mean,
I
could see if she was closer to his age and there was only like a 4-year gap there. But you're talking about almost a 16-year gap, a 15-year gap. Yeah, that's not good.
I'll be up with you.
She's got my glass. Go get
it. That bitch still got my glass.
Go get it. Go on now, push the jobs off. It's definitely something I heard. During her sentencing on Monday, she had 14 character witnesses in support of Rankin, and her doctor, mother, and former co-worker testified on her behalf. Rankin also gave a statement saying that she accepted responsibility and was remorseful.
What the fuck did her primary care physician say? That would look. I prescribed her the Xanax that clouded her judgment.
Yeah.
I feel partly responsible. So maybe I should go to jail. People would do shit like that for pretty women. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I told her. So last night during the comedy show, there was a female comic that was up there talking about how 3 ways needed to be left in your 20s. And then she went on to talk about all these 3 ways and stuff that she had, blah, blah, blah. And when I came back up, I said, that's the difference. Like, good-looking people have these stories about 3 ways. It's like, me, the closest thing I have is one time the dog walked in while I was jerking off. But, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you have all these stories about, like, that only relate to you if you have good looks to you,
Yep.
Judge Patrick Wilson sentenced Rankin to 1 to 5 years of home confinement.
You keep your pretty ass in that house, you understand?
For you make more teenagers fall in love.
If the mailman sees you at the door, you better act like you ain't seen him. You're in prison.
But turn the lights off, jump behind the couch, act like you ain't home.
Act like it's a witness coming up.
If it can be arranged at her home in Pennsylvania, and if it can be arranged, this bitch done moved out of state. And must pay $1,000 fine. That's all it costs. I got to stay at home a couple years and pay $1,000, and I can fuck all the kids I want in Virginia. What a deal, huh? That's not for me. Please don't catch that as a soundbite.
Yeah, you talk about capturing some stuff. How about that, huh?
Rankin will also be required to perform 20 hours of community service. I wonder where.
Not at a fucking orphanage.
I'm
Guarantee you that.
I'm doing my community service at the YMCA. It's just me and a bottle of Jergens every day. 20 hours. 20 hours of community service per week. How is she supposed to do that from her home for the duration of her sentence? And will be required to register as a sex offender for life. She will have 10 years of supervised probation after she has been released.
Let me smell your vagina. You ain't been fucking him kid, have you? You sure? Let me smell. How are they gonna know?
Yeah.
How do you know?
This smells like teen semen.
Oh shit! Now it smells like Axe. It smells like Axe. Arrest this bitch.
You definitely been fingered by somebody eating hot chips pretty late. That's a teenage thing. Pre-sentencing investigation found that Rankin is not likely to reoffend and is not a danger to society.
What do you mean? She's going?
Oh, you gonna do this again?
I feel bad. No. What age is your dick? What age is your dick?
Yeah. No, I ain't gonna do this again. I believe her. Something about her face makes me believe her.
Yeah, she's real pretty, you know.
Yeah. Here we go. This is the most. Pre-sentencing found that Rankin is not likely to reoffend and not a danger to society, and brought her situation of being a victim of domestic violence and having diagnosed PTSD into account.
This bitch gonna say that her boyfriend, when she was 20, slapped the piss out of her and made her have bad judgment. Fuck you.
She was in a car wreck. Her brain's just not right.
Whatever.
Yeah. However, this is the part that really sucks. However, the victim's mother gave a tearful, prepared statement asking for the maximum sentence and saying in part, "To you, Courtney, how dare you?" Jeez. Yeah. Yep. That's the sucky part, because you have these parents that are like, yeah, you know.
Yep. Bad stuff.
Yeah. Well, Josh, we're going to end on a happy note then, huh?
Yeah, that's a great way to walk on out, man. Walk on out.
Walk it out.
Yeah, we need to walk it out. That was horrible. It's fucking horrible.
Well, Josh, if they want to follow us on social media or give us a call, how do they do that?
Well, on the X Machine, Richard Lee, we were at P3 Radio, the number 1 on Facebook. Put in that search bar, Pop Poncho, Poncho. If you don't know how to spell, you little stupid idiot, you'll see our photo. And if you want to get with us the old school way, 731-300-6675. Biatch.
Well, that's going to do it for us. For Josh Brawley, this is Rich Mulligan saying thanks for listening and good night.